And good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to historic Pimlico Racecourse, the second oldest racetrack in the country. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our oddsmaker, Keith Fustel. It's the Preakness meet, our biggest time of the year. Justify, your Kentucky Derby winner and favorite, early favorite for the Preakness. He went on to the track this morning down there at Churchill. Our good friend Marty McGee from the Daily Racing Forum had a nice video of Justify coming off the track. He looks sensational down there. He's going to be the favorite for the 143rd Preakness a week from this Saturday. But it's opening day here at Pimlico, and we're looking forward to a great card today.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to be an awfully short price, but a super impressive performance in the Derby. Came away cleanly out of the gate in that big, bulky 20-horse field, got position, kind of just dogged, promises fulfilled, and went by him at will and had plenty left. It looked like in the tank. I know he had every right to get a little bit tired that last eighth of a mile from going through those blazing fractions, but he certainly looks the part. Looking at him being down there at Churchill, seeing him through the binoculars right up close, he's all that. There's no doubt.
All right, we'll look forward to Justify. He's expected to get here next Wednesday here at Pimlico. Let's show you what we have going on here for opening day. We're going to go through May 28th here at Pimlico, racing Thursday through Sunday, except for the Sunday after Preakness. And then that third week, the week after Preakness, we'll have a 5-day race week, Thursday through Monday, as we'll finish up. We'll wrap up the Preakness meet on Memorial Day, Monday on May 28th. So that's all today. Let's show you what's going on for the Preakness 143. You have to check out the new and improved website, Preakness.com. That's where you want to go for all your information and tickets to buy Preakness. The Budweiser Infield Fest celebrating their 10-year anniversary out there. New and improved Infield Fest with a mega stage featuring Post Malone, 21 Savage, Odessa, Frank Walker, Vice. All that in the infield this year. Go to Preakness.com for your tickets.
And fans will get a shot. I'm sure a couple shots of the infield. It's awfully strong this year. I haven't seen so many tents. The stage is huge. I'm sure the crowd is going to like it out there. Good performers. It should be a good day. Let's keep the weather good, and we'll be ready to roll.
There you go. It's supposed to be a new and improved infield fest out there this year. So Preakness 143, that's a week from this Saturday. Black-Eyed Susan the day before, Friday, May 18th. That's a week from tomorrow. And we had some big news at Laurel Park this morning. Good One Honey, the undefeated Maryland-bred filly, winner of the Weber City Miss. She's going to the Black-Eyed Susan. She turned in a nice work at Laurel Park this morning. Went to 5 furlongs, 101 and change.
Okay.
Galloped out 6 furlongs and 113 and change. We might have the video of that work at the end of the show. We're working on that. We just got it from Laurel this morning. But Good One Honey, local filly, going to the Black-Eyed Susan.
Yeah, a little local story, done good. Jason Egan, the trainer's kind of been behind the limelight a little bit, so now kind of coming to the forefront as a trainer, and rightly so. He's done a nice job over the last several years kind of emerging up the ranks, and he's got a good one on his hands, and Good One Honey, no doubt. I was a little skeptical, didn't know whether she'd be able to make that transition so quick, sprint the route off of the one try. She did it, and it just bombarded the field. You know, I was shocked at how easy she won that race.
All right, so Good One Honey, she's going to the Black-Eyed Susan. That's next week, and let's show you everything that's going on this week. And this Sunday is going to be a special day here at Pimlico. Come celebrate Mother's Day brunch here at Pimlico this Sunday, 12 to 5. Nice buffet in our dining room overlooking the racetrack. Always a popular day out here. This Saturday we have the Chasing for Children early in the day. So lots of action this week, and let's get right to it and show you what's going on today. We're 65 minutes out for the first race. We have a nice 9-race program today. Let's show you the track conditions and everything. We'll be fast and firm here this afternoon. The rail setting for the turf course at 20 feet.
Yeah, 20 feet out. Going to a little protect move for the week ahead. But, you know, this turf course a little different than Laurel, and you've got the opportunity in these 5 furlong races, the sprints, and even the routes. You're going to see horses close a little bit more ground, a little bit more frenetic finishes the last eighth of a mile. You'll get it here over this Pimlico turf course.
All right, let's we showed you the track conditions, everything. Let's get right to it here in race 1. Lots going on here in the opener. We kick off the rolling super high 5 here in race 1. That has a low 15% takeout, the super high 5. Keep your eye on that throughout the day. Also, race 1, we kick off the early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Pimlico. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout, and it's always a mandatory payout here on the early early pick 5 starting in race 1. Nice turf race here in the opener this afternoon. We're going a mile and a 16th on the turf course, rail at 20 feet. Race 1's a claiming 16,000 for straight 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3, so a dual condition here in the opener. We have a stat to show you. I like the 4 Brooklyn Spites on top today. Nice race, I think, over the Laurel Turf, April 20th. Here's the stat for trainer Finnica Bentley, trainer of the 4 Brooklyn Spites.
Yeah, Brooklyn Spites, 3 for 9 with runners down in class over the past year. There's your ROI of $3.12. A lot of times I'm kind of a little skeptical of trainers that don't run a lot of horses. You know, they always try to protect them. When they drop, I'm a little bit leery, but hey, not the case with Finnica Bentley. I know smaller little sample, but 3 for 9 at 33% over the past year with runners moving down in class. And Brooklyn Spites comes out of a good race. Charge the Storm, kind of a key horse right now, turf or dirt.
Yeah, I like the 4 Brooklyn Spites. Ricardo Chappie finished the Laurel meet pretty well, riding for Finnica Bentley here. I think this will be the second race off the layoff, second race back on the turf. This horse had a nice maiden score going 2 turns on the turf up at Belmont last October. Got a 63 buyer with that effort, 73 buyer last out in that starter allowance condition. So Finnica finds an easier spot today for the 4 Brooklyn Spites. I have the horse on top. You have the horse in your exact.
Yeah, I'm going to use the horse. I think he's going to get a stalking trip. I think Silver Romeo going second time in the barn for Annette Eubanks. You know, went down to Florida, didn't do too well at Tampa. Regrouping, getting a little bit better, I think, up here in Maryland. Has run some big races in the past on the turf course and going long. I think it's the controlling speed stand from the inside.
All right, I like the 1. I respect the connections here. Edwin Gonzalez, good rider. So this horse should get a nice ground-saving trip on the inside. Last race that was this little turf sprint.
Little sprint, prepping this horse.
Little sprint, little tightener. Now second race, getting more real estate. So I like the 1. We both like the 7 as well here in the opener. The 7 right now. Let's see, 8-1 here on High Society. Steve Hamilton on the 6-year-old for trainer Marilyn McMullen. Horse is capable of better, decent effort on the turf at Fort Erie last September against Stakes Company. Good second that day. So this horse 7 for 16 in the money. Steve Hamilton will get a nice stalking trip on the outside going into that first turn.
And certainly, no, this horse can get the distance, no problem. Was up in a 1 5/8 race up at Fort Erie. I think this horse will close in an excuse prior to a layoff back in November over a good surface at Laurel. See if you can kind of get over, save a little ground. You know, with this rail being out, that's critical. You don't be fanned too wide around the turns with that rail being out. But I think High Society will make a run. Marilyn McMullen running some horses bigger prices. She got a horse done with a 58-1 Finbar not too long ago. Going to use High Society in the mix. And also Gin Fuzz kind of stepping up in a condition right now. Jumps a condition is Gin Fuzz. But you go on the go back. This horse's numbers are good enough. Take that to the bank way back September 2016. Is going way back. But keying up a horse that's actually won, I think, a 2 other than optional down at Tampa recently. So Gin Fuzz is okay with a run from the back of the back. I think Silver Romeo, though, can control it.
And on the 5 Gin Fuzz, you get Daniel Centeno, who was back in town last weekend. He had a 2-win day last Saturday. I think Centeno sitting on a nice meet here at Pimlico. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 2, we kick off the early pick 4. Nice 7,500 starter allowance condition here for 3 and up. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track. Nice starter allowance dirt sprint here. The 2 Tipsy Moose in fine form right now. He's won 4 in a row. Let's show you what he did last time at Laurel, April 6th. We have a video spotlight of that race. That was the same condition, 7,500 starter allowance. Gets to the lead and wins by almost 3 lengths here as the heavy favorite. This horse in very good form right now for Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, going for his fifth race. A little regression in the numbers, and maybe rightly so off of that gaudy win over Lakai a couple races back, laid a little bit closer against this field. Not the strongest of starters that day, but did it very convincingly to win, drawing away by 2 3/4 at the wire. I think from the inside, I like him stalking. I don't know if he's got the really true speed of a Gold Man or a Bessie's Boy. But he'll sit, rate, and make a run from maybe 3 or 4 out of it mid-turn. All
right, so we both like the 2, the 4 Goldman in very good form right now. It's a Penn National shipper, 9-year-old for trainer Aaron McClellan, who does well when she comes down here. She brings Hernandez. This horse, an old hard knocker, has made over almost $300,000.
Yeah, he was going. You go on the way back, 4 races back. Starter allowance at Laurel. Now that was on a muddy sealed surface, and this horse really likes moisture in the racetrack. The sky's a little threatening right now. He would love it, I'm sure, if the sky is open. Gold Man, big effort. Colonel Sharp. We've seen him run around here. He's awfully quick. Just missed, couldn't hold him off, only beating a half length up at Penn. I worry, though, a little bounce factor maybe off that gaudy 89. Goldman, Tipsy Moose. Tipsy Moose could be the favorite in here, no doubt about it. But I'm going to go with Goldman on top. I think he's got a little speed, tactical advantage in here.
And you have the one here, 10-1 on Hennessy Fire. This horse going in the right direction right now for Alfredo Velasquez. Won 2 in a row up there at Parks. Respectable 69 Buyer speed figure. Last out, Acasio's going to try to get a good stalking trip on the inside here on the one Hennessy Fire.
Yeah, Barn hasn't come in here as much as he used to. This horse is in sharp form, though. I think he can make a run from off it. He'll save ground a long way. Yeah, I think you're looking for a little bit of value underneath in your tries. It might get in there in the exact Hennessy Fire. Respect the fact Velasquez bringing this horse down, going for 3 straight.
All right, so nice 7,500 starter allowance there in the second race. We get back on the turf for the third race, going a flat mile on the turf, rail at 20 feet, 16,000 starter allowance for filly mares. Never won 4 is the condition here, and I go with the Lizzie Merriman horse on top, the one, Kitty's Right, Fergal Lynch on this 5-year-old mare by Great Notion. Lizzie Merriman stretched her out for the first time last out. I thought it would work well, and the mare ran a very good second at almost 10-1 against First Level Allowance Company. She finds a nice cozy starter allowance for life condition today. I think the one, Kitty's Right, well spotted with Fergal Lynch aboard.
First time last time on the stretch out. To the route of ground at the mile, had perfect aim. They kind of walked along early, sprinted home late, was able to hold second over some horses that had trouble in that race. My Sister's Ledge, though, good horse. She won the Maryland Million Lady, so you got to face the stakes winner in that condition. That state bred race didn't count. Kitty's Right will make a move into it. Now, good stat and tricky stat to kind of evaluate here for Lizzie Merriman. 5 for 22, top figure on the turf last time out overall.
Okay.
4 of those, though, were sprinting. So can this horse make that move and sustain again into this race with some other speed like Kabuki? I think Lala Bumble will be up closer to the pace. Maybe On the Hop for Wayne Potts, who had a lot of trouble in its lone turf start. So I'm going to use Kitty's Right underneath. I like a couple shots in here. I think both the 5 Spicy Girl Red and the 9 Barino, they come out of that April 20th race, as does Shifra Magician. That was a good race, but they went a little slow early. I think this turf course, you can close a little bit more ground. It's a little easier. I think they're going to get a little bit more flow. Looking for prices here in race 3 with the 5 and the 9.
You get strong connection. Centeno, Hammy Smith, a live 10-1 shot here. I think the 5 Spicy Girl Red, and I throw the 6 into the mix as well. Claire's Dowry, why not? She woke up last time on the turf over there at Laurel Park. She's going in the right direction now for Kieran McGee. Julian Pimentel really finished up the Laurel meet, riding extremely well, winning a bunch of races. So I think the 5 you have on top is live. I think the 6 Claire's Dowry live at 8-1 here.
Yeah, she is. You should get a little bit of a price. I know it's Kieran. It's on his home turf. This horse comes out of a race. It wasn't run super fast.
All right.
It was a suspect field, but she's got a 68 back on the page. They look like they've got her right. Look at the key, though. The Lasix came off of this horse, and she's run 2 improved races, and they protect her this afternoon. I still think you should get 5-6-1 on Claire's Dowry. If not, they pound her down, then you know she's really live. Shift from a Magician, she's honest. She had every right to win last time. She hung a little bit late.
All right, so it's a nice early pick 5 today. You have 3 nice turf races in the early pick 5, races 1, 3, and 5. We've covered 3 of them. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll take a look at today's Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 4 right after this. All right, there it is, the new and improved website. Check it out, Preakness.com. That's where you get your tickets for this year's 143rd Preakness. Let's take a look at the 4th race. We kick off the middle pick 4. We also kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, starting with no carryover here on opening day at Pimlico. This is a nice dirt route here in the opener. Maiden claiming 10,000 filly mares 3 and up. Going a mile and a 16th on the main track. We have a video spotlight to show you of the 7, Nancy R., who's going to be a heavy favorite here in race 4. 3-5 for a maiden 10 who's 0 for 20. Let's show you the race from April 7th here. Oh, no, it was at Laurel Park against Maiden 10. We have it. Here's Nancy R. She runs a good effort this day and gets second, only beating the neck as the heavy favorite.
Yeah, 5 wide. Turning for him, makes it a little bit in between horses, then gets herded inward late. You see that coming to the 16th pole. The winner, Zarbanda, a little erratic. Jock does a pretty good job, though, Chappie, trying to keep this horse off of Nancy R. with the left stick. Nancy R. very game to the wire, but, yeah, 0 for 20. And maybe I was a little bit too bold on the line, 3-5. I do think she's going to be below even money against this field. She can cover the ground. The 2 turns against this group shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to try to upset her with the 5 something with Lily stretching out. I think she could be the controlling speed. The dam's best number ever was going long. So take the shot, and we've got a new little rider here, Wesley Torres, right? New face in town in the Jocks Colony.
Yeah, new 7-pound bug boy. So you get 7 pounds off. A nice light weight assignment there with the 5 something with Lily at 112. I use that horse. We're both going against the favorite here, Nancy R. But I think we have the right idea. I like the 3, Pauline's Raven. This filly just finally woke up her last race and ran a decent race. That was her second race coming back off the layoff. Second race this year. This is her. So I think she's cycling into good form right now. Yomar Ortiz aboard for John Salzman Jr. This race has upset written all over it. I gotta go with the 3, Pauline's Raven.
Yeah, you got to take the shot. Dorothy Warner and Wasabi, they've done well together. They've partnered up here over the last year or two, and 5 for 26 and 14 for 26 in the money over the last 90 days with a positive ROI for that owner-trainer combination.
All right, so what do people do? Do they key on Nancy R in the maiden 10, or they try to beat her? They kick off the pick 6. Let's take a look here at the 5th race to start the late pick 5. I like the late pick 5 today. It's an industry low 12% takeout. You won't find a lower takeout anywhere in the country than our pick 5s right here. Industry low 12% takeout starting right here in the 5th race for the late pick 5. Let's take a look at my ticket, a $32 play, and I'm going to key on the Hall of Famer here in race 5, Edgar Prado on the 6, Kabang, looking for 2 in a row, going long on the turf for trainer Mike Trombetta, so I'll key on Kabang. Race 6, I'll go 4 deep there with the 1, 5, 6, 7. Race 7, that's a nice turf route. I'm going with the 2, 3, 10, 11 there in race 7. Then I narrow it down a little bit. In race 8, I'm going with the chalk. The 2, Hatteras Bound at 6-5, and the 4, Emoticon at 8-5. They both look tough there in race 8. And then in race 9, I like the 2, When Doves Cry with Vargas at 5-2. But then I'll use the 10, Jammer. I know you like that horse. Good price, 6-1 with Pimentel aboard. So a modest little $32 late pick 5 ticket starting right here in race 5. This is what is our feature of the day here in the 5th race.
It is, and we want to welcome our guys from Sherwin-Williams, right? All the gangs, all the painters, everybody in from Baltimore and our surrounding areas. They're here each and every year. I've met some of the guys around, through various, sporting events and stuff. I've met some guys. I've been down to the track. I said, what have you been there for the Sherwin-Williams event? So hopefully we can put them on a couple winners today and they have a good day out at Pimlico. So, race 5 saying I'll take a flyer with the 3, Dionysus. Gary Cap, I'm not going to let him get by me here. This horse is working guns a-blazing at Laurel right now, has never tried the turf. It's a tough little group. But Dionysus is out of America by the name of Safe Journey, who's the mother of joy, who's a 4-time winner, and I believe all routes for motion going back into the form. So this is just trickier. Why this spot? I think you should get an okay price. Got it lined at 8-1. There's not a lot of speed. Maybe Dat Melly, but Dionysus, maybe he can shake free, go to the front, and control it.
He's 3 for 9 recently, first-time turf. Gary Capuano, I respect your connections there. 8-1 on the 3 with Toledo and Gary Capuano. I'm not going to talk you off that runner. I like Kabang, but we have a video spotlight to show you here of the 2, Barney Rebel. Let's show you the race from Gulfstream back in February. This was a stakes race down there at Gulfstream. We know Barney Rebel well around here at Pimlico. Here's the race from February down there at Gulfstream.
And this was a good field. And the Little Magician and Barney slips through, gets a short lead. But as I talked to some guys down there, the inside part of the turf course is not always the best, and that wave usually just kind of gathers momentum from the outside and got him down late. there was a lot of traffic in that race as
Sure.
well. Horses from the outside were coming in, put him in a little bit tight, but boy, Mary Epler and the rest of the gang, this horse has just thrived in her barn since being transferred. Barney Rebel, he's got a big win over Pimlico last May, beating $7,500 starter company. He's onward and upward right now. I like him in here to make a run from the back.
Yeah, he's a perfect 6 for 6 in the money here on the turf at Pimlico. Caramanos, a great turf ride. He'll get a nice ground-saving, smart ride here on the 2 Barney Rebel, who you have to respect. We both like the horse. I have Kabang on top here. I think the 6-year-old son of Tappet going in the right direction now for trainer Mike Trombetta. He freshened him up a little bit after that race in February down there at Gulfstream. Brought him up here to Maryland. He's been working well up there at Fairhill. Nice win against 2 other than Allowance Company at Pimlico. Edgar Prado is going to give him a nice, safe trip coming from behind on the outside. I like the 6 Kabang here in today's feature.
Yeah, just interesting if he can kind of get the same trip as he did last time. A dual develop, leaving the far turn.
Right.
Prado ever so patient like he always is, and he fits a horse like this perfectly. He's going to have to save every bit of ground, then shift out with this rail being out to make a charge. And I'm sure he'll make a good, legitimate run. Shorter field, compact field, but a highly competitive field. I think this could be a really tight finish.
We both like the 1 Grandi Flora, very capable for Ann Merriman. Forrest Boyce will ride a good effort in that tough open allowance condition back on April 15th. But this horse is very good going along, and it might be even better going along on the turf.
Just faced killer, Stan. I mean,
Sure.
he has been in the legitimate, much tougher races, race in and race out when you look at Grandi Flora. And, yes, he can stretch out to this distance, no problem whatsoever. I mean, there's no – you look at the fields, Spartiano's talk show man, Flash Phelps, they're not in this race.
Right. We have a nice race like this on Saturday for the Filly and Mares. You see that 3 other than you did the odds for it. That's a monster 3 other than like this. For the
Graham
Philly.
and Dickens. Graham's got one in there, or an entry, and Dickinson's got a couple.
2 in there. Yeah. That's a nice. So a nice 3 other than allowance feature of the day here in race 5 to kick off the late pick 5. If you like this race here today, you'll like our 3 other than we have for you on Saturday as well. Let's take a look here at the 6th race to kick off the late pick 4. I know you have a ticket for the late pick 4. Let's check it out. See how you played it.
Yeah, $24 to get you started. I think you absolutely have to spread in the last race. 2 deep. 1, the first-time starter, Valadier for Wayne Potts. I'm going to use the 6 Lunar Boogie, your morning line favorite. 7th race, the 5 and the 11, same kind of thing. Little price shot, a little favorite there with Liberal, the 11. 8th race, the 2 and the 4, they look like the 2 logical horses in the 8th. And in the 9th, here's your spread, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. We like the even stand in the last, it looks like. I think it's wide open. I'm just looking for a price. I'm not completely sold on the morning line favorite when the Doves Cry.
All right, so nice late pick 4 ticket there, very affordable $24 play. Let's take a look at the 6th race here. Maiden claiming 16,003 and up, going 6 furlongs on the main track. We have a video spotlight of my top pick, the 6 Lunar Boogie for trainer Pat Noosh. Let's show you the debut. His one and only race from March 24th at Laurel. I like this horse, I believe, this day, and he ran okay, a decent 3rd. I think he's going to get a nice, a better trip today. Here's the debut assignment.
Yeah, the gray, the number 4 that day, had to steady, went in a little bit of traffic into the far turn, maybe even a little bit rank under restraint. Finally found a seam to the inside, made a good run, shifted out late for the final 1/8 of a mile. I like the way this horse turned on Willing Stan, and this has become a key race. March 24th, race 2 at Laurel. In him, with him has come back. Mamo came back to win by 12 3/4 up at Aqueduct, running a buyer of 73. Bad Angle Burke was in this race, and he's come back to run well. So Lunar Boogie from a barn that doesn't run a lot, but he's a very patient trainer. His Patrick Noosh's horses always look good, and they run well. I mean, it's a 5-year-old horse. They've taken their time with him, obviously, and he only runs a horse when they're right.
And he gets Weston Hamilton to ride, so we both like the 6 Lunar Boogie. I like your top pick, though, there, the 1 Valadier, first-time started by Roman Ruler for Wayne Potts.
Only 3 morning workouts to work off of, and nothing really exceptional. But looking at the breeding, Roman Ruler hits very well, 15% with his first-time starters on the dirt. And the full brother broke his maiden first time out at Gulfstream at the age of 2 a couple years ago by 8 1/4 lengths. Wayne Potts, he's crafty. Debut in the maiden claiming ranks. Look at that 17-horse sample, 24% with a strong ROI of over $3. Valadier. Let's hope he can get away cleanly from the inside,
Yeah,
like the Roman Ruler's first time out.
Right. That's the key. I think the break for this first-time starter on the inside. He might have to stand in there a little while. Ricardo Chappie is going to have to keep him alert in there and get a good break. I like the 1. We both like the 5 here. Colonel Argo for Hammy Smith. Been hanging around this maiden level for a long time now. 3rd race back off to layoff. He ran well last time for maiden 16. He's right back in there. Edwin Gonzalez will ride. This horse looks tough to beat. Just a little camera shy right now.
Yeah, just ran out of ground last time. It was steadily getting to Van Angle Burke, who came back to run well. It wouldn't be a surprise whatsoever if Colonel Argo gets over the top. You got the 3 Frankenstein. He's kind of the real tricky horse to figure out off of a long layoff, off since April of 2017. He's had a lot of speed early on in his career. What's he going to show today? I'm not so sure. But, maybe if you can add him to that late pick 4 ticket I put in, you don't want to get beat by a horse like this.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 7. We'll kick off the final pick 3 of the afternoon. We're going a mile and a 16th on the turf course with the rail at 20 feet, claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2. Lifetime. I go with the far outside. We both go with the far outside. The 11, Liberal, a French-bred horse here for Mary Epler. First start in the Mary Epler barn. She has a positive ROI with new horses in her barn. She gets Caramanos to ride. This horse should be dead fit. Been running well at this level, going long on the turf down there. Ran well at Gulfstream, ran well at Tampa. No reason why this horse shouldn't run well today. Mary puts the horse in a beautiful spot here for 16-2 life.
My concern, this horse is a closer, but the run into the first turn, I'd still like to see this horse be able to draft over and save a little bit of ground. But Flying Pheasant and Mary Epler have done well together. I believe this was a private purchase. They teamed up, I think, go 3 or 4 when they run their horses first time after a purchase or a change of barn. So Liberal should make a run out of a key race last time out behind Rain in Spain down at Gulfstream Park. 5 is going to be my price horse in here, Bay of Size by Oxbow. Not a ton to go on with the turf runners. I just like the fact that this horse is protected. Look at the first turf record, 13-horse sample, 23% for Tim Keefe. As we talked about, not a lot of speed in here. I think she can get out front and carry them a long way.
Yeah, you have a couple good first-time turf picks today. The Gary Cap horse earlier and Bay of Size here for a good barn, Timmy Keefe. So I didn't use the 5, but we both like the 10 on the outside. Karma for Brittany Trimble and Sheldon Russell. Horse over 3 on the turf, but a good effort going long at Ellis last summer against maiden special weight. So, and then the horse has broken her maiden sense at December at Laurel Park in December. Just forget about the allowance race in the slop in February. That was just to give her a race, keep her fit through the winter time. She's been working well for Trimble, who gets Russell. We both like the 10 Karma here.
Yeah, the buyers at Ellis and Indiana fit, and they were without blinkers. The blinkers are now on, has had blinkers on the last 2 dirt starts. So this is first blinks on the turf for Karma. I think this horse is going to be a little bit closer to the pace today. With Sheldon, right? Yeah, with Sheldon Russell.
And we both like the 3 Capucine. I've liked this mare for a while. She's out of the dam. Enter stage left. It was also campaigned by Ted Mudd. She made about 200,000 running around here, all going long on the turf for Holly Robinson. I had Capucine when she broke her maiden a couple years ago at 40-1 against maiden special weight. I had her on my pick 6 ticket. Yeah. And then I lost a head bob photo to my single that day for about 16,000 or something. So Capucine's been a hard luck horse for me. But this is the easiest spot she's been in. Right. In her career. Trainer Milan Milosevic does a nice job. He gets Toledo. Capucine well entered coming off the layoff today.
Yeah. And aggressively spot. And for a tag where you can protect these horses, and he does that. He chooses not to. That was my biggest concern with the 3 Capucine.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 8. We're going a mile and a 16th here on the main track in race 8, claiming 16,000 for straight 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3. Couple heavy favorites in here. 2-4 for me, 4-2 for you, and that's all I use in the pick 6 here. The 2 Hatteras Bound I have on top from the Steve Claceris barn. You have the 4. We'll start there. Modicon for Scott Lake. Nice win last out against 16,000. 2 Life going a mile. Well spotted here. Carol Cedeno, Scott Lake. They've been teaming up pretty well together recently.
Yeah, he's going to have to break a little trend though. Negative trend. 1 for 11 is Lake with dirt route winners last out. Can this horse come back in can win again. I believe Emoticon is in good enough form. I like the move. Just hold back at the 16,000 level. Beat Click Jab, who came back to gallop, albeit on a slight little drop. Emoticon, I think, will be able to get in range of Hatteras Bound by the quarter pole and maybe wear him down. Hatteras Bound, though, is the speed of the speed in here, and it figures to go a long way.
Yeah, it's been running up there at Aqueduct and Parks. Hasn't been finishing very well, but Caceres finds a nice spot here, and he'll go right to the front on the inside with Gonzalez. So we like the same 4 horses here. The 6, who's the 6 here? Gaetano for Jamie Ness, Centeno aboard. This horse has been in off form the last couple races. Ness does the right thing. He gets his main man, Centeno, and they drop in class today.
You have to watch the sprint to route. He does hit over 20%. This horse is going to have to move up again. A slight improvement from March to April. The stretch out. You know, I guess he's got a little bit of a finishing punch. Is he as good as Emoticon? I don't know, but he's probably your best little value horse next after the favorites.
The 3 Bob's my uncle, been in good, decent form the last couple races for our man. Joe F. steps up here today, though. Xavier Perez, I'm pretty sure Joe F. stabled here at Pimlico, so Bob's my uncle be running on his home track today.
Yeah, he wants a little help up front. He's just kind of a grinding type. We'll have to bounce back off of that 48 fig last time out.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 9, a nice turf sprint to conclude the day. We're going 5 furlongs on the turf, rail at 20 feet. Maiden claiming 25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. The 2, When the Doves Cry for Jamie Ness and Vargas, just going to send from the inside, I would imagine. The turf, the dirt debut against Maiden 10 was okay. Then they stepped up to Maiden 25 on the turf last down. The horse a decent third, a little trouble at the 3/8 pole that day. I think the break's going to be the key, and I think Vargas has to send here. Catches a soft group here, the 2, When the Doves Cry.
Yeah, if he's vulnerable, from what I saw from the video, I would have liked to seen a little bit more gate speed. That maybe kind of causes him to rush up, try to get position. The rail being out, a bigger, gaudier field, he's going to have to come away cleanly to hold position so he doesn't get checked or steadied into the first turn, or into the far turn, I should say. 12 horse. I've got a plan. 8-1 on the morning line. I like that we've got Weston Hamilton aboard. Weston Hamilton had a great meet over at Laurel. I've got a plan, an improved number on the dirt. Back in November, we haven't seen him since, but working forwardly, I like the turf breeding on this horse. By plan, a Group 3 winner at the Kerr. I know a little bit longer, but the mother, I got your number. 2 for 7 on the grass. Did win a 2 other than, and ran almost an 80 figure stand sprinting on the turf. First time Lasix here on the grass. Foals, they haven't done a whole lot, but they haven't been by a turf stallion. Not a lot of turf breeding on the top end of those horses. So I've got a plan as my price play in the night.
You mentioned Weston Hamilton had a nice Laurel Spring meet. How about the meet Donald Lockhart had this winter in spring at Laurel Park? Donald Lockhart barn, a small outfit. They had 4 winners so far this year, so they've been doing well. You have a live one, I think, there with the 12. I've got a plan. I use that runner in my top 3. We both like the 10 here as well. Jammer, 2 turf tries. You had the horse at 53-1 last October.
Yes, I did.
Tough beat there. Ran okay last out, getting back onto the turf. Pimentel will ride today. Much better outside post than the 2-hole that Jammer had to break from last time.
Agreed. And just to his inside, you've got Jacker's stuff, which I think has speed. Pimentel will draft over a little bit, and we talked about earlier in the show. I think you're going to see more legitimate rallies on this turf course at the 5 furlong distance than you see at the 5.5 going to the second wire. You wouldn't think so, but it's reality. Jammer, last time out, God Loves a Center Me Darling Case. Speed's kind of 1-2 around the racetrack. The turf was firm. Nobody can make up a whole lot of ground that day on the grass. I think Jammer makes a run from the back.
All right, good luck in all your will pays going in to race 9. Eric, you mentioned something to me about it. I couldn't hear it clearly. Did we? No. Okay. All right. We'll get that. We'll get that later. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with all today's scratches, then changes. Not many scratches today. Everybody's ready to run opening day here at Pimlico.
It's Pimlico. Let's roll. Let's go.
All right. Good luck. Rodman coming up next. Good luck.